Mr. Rehan was a very rich man. He had a big house and a fancy car. But Mr. Rehan was not a kind man. He didn't care about poor people. He ignored them. He never smiled at them. Mr. Rehan thought money was everything. One day Mr. Rehan was walking to his office. He saw a little boy selling roses. The boy's name was Aryan. Aryan was an orphan. He lived on the streets. He had no family and no home. Aryan was poor, but he had a kind heart. "Sir, please buy a rose," Aryan asked Mr. Rehan. "They are very beautiful." Mr. Rehan frowned. He didn't even look at Aryan. "Go away," he said. "I don't want your roses." Mr. Rehan walked on. He didn't care about Aryan or his roses. He only cared about himself. Later that day, the sky turned dark. A big storm came. The wind howled. Rain poured from the sky. People ran for cover. Mr. Rehan was scared. He was caught in the storm. Suddenly, Mr. Rehan saw Aryan. The little boy was still selling roses. He was soaking wet, but he had a smile on his face. He offered Mr. Rehan a rose. "Sir, please take this rose," Aryan said. "It will brighten your day." Mr. Rehan was surprised. Why was this boy being nice to him? He had been so mean to Aryan earlier. "Come with me, sir," Aryan said. "I know a place where we can stay dry." Aryan led Mr. Rehan to an old abandoned building. It wasn't much, but it provided shelter from the storm. Mr. Rehan couldn't believe it. This poor homeless boy was helping him. Aryan had so little, yet he was willing to share what he had. Mr. Rehan felt ashamed. He had so much, yet he had never helped anyone. That day, Mr. Rehan learned a valuable lesson. He learned that money isn't everything. He realized that kindness and compassion are more important than wealth. Mr. Rehan changed his ways. He started being kind to everyone, especially those less fortunate. He used his money to help the poor and homeless. He built homes for orphans like Aryan. Mr. Rehan finally understood the true meaning of wealth. It wasn't about how much money he had. It was about the richness of his heart.